Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for tuning back to Klaudless and Indy. Fortunately for you, it is another beer review. I seem to have a little bit more energy, so we're just gonna roll on to reviewing another beer. So, if you watched my last video, what am I reviewing? Well, it is the Drain the Swamp by Bare Hands Brewing in Granger, Indiana. Can you get that? Well, welcome back to the can. Let's roll the intro and we'll get into it. Alrighty, so this beer has actually been sitting in my fridge for quite some time. And by quite some time, I want to say maybe earlier this year, maybe December, January, February, not 100% sure. But I'm finally getting down to my older beers, and I've just been, I guess, kind of avoiding these. Not sure why, but today is the day. So, Bare Hands Brewery in Granger, Indiana. So before I show you the can, I kind of want to show you. Here we go. Where they are. So I have Google Maps up here, and it's crazy because they are literally, their property is on the Michigan Indiana line. You can see Michigan is pretty much right here, and if we pan out a little bit, they're right between South Bend and Elkhart. Of course, there's Osceola and Mishawaka there, but right between South Bend and Elkhart there. And if I bring our little guy here, I mean, we can already see here in the picture, you know, that's what it looks like. Although I'm not sure if it still looks like this, but since this, I want to say this picture, was taken in 2019, so it may not look like this anymore. So let's go ahead to the website. I'm gonna go to our beers, and then if we scroll down to their rotational, you can see it's right there. The Drain the Swamp Double IPA. Now, when I first saw this can, I wasn't sure, like, obviously, like, the first thing I thought was political. I'm not even gonna go into that. But if we look at the can here, right, it's a very detailed older woman, and I guess she works for the health department. You can't see it, and I can't get it close enough, but she has a pin on her shirt that says HD. And then we have a van in the distance. Let me see if I can bring that closer. It also says HD on it as well. There we go. And there's some gentlemen just behind a fence with a sign that says no trespassing. So, and of course we can see it's a literal swamp, and I guess she's saying drain the swamp. Like it's absolutely dirty in there, although it clearly looks like a nuclear waste dump than it does a swamp. But I don't know. So what I have on the can is what it shows on the website here. So let me switch that over, and I'm just going to read it. A DIPA, or double IPA, brewed with massive additions of late boil and whirlpool hops. We dry hop not once, but twice after fermentation to add huge hop aromas and flavors that shine behind a soft mouthfeel and minimal bitterness. With an ABV of 8%. There you go. Get hazy, don't be lazy. So with that description, I automatically thought East Coast IPA. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Not so much like the haziness, but just with a soft mouthfeel and minimal bitterness, and that's what hazy or East Coast IPAs are known for. At least I think that they're known for. While West Coast IPAs tend to be more, bitter, more pronounced or assertive in their bitterness. So, yeah, pretty cool designs. Very cool designs. So they don't really provide a lot of information about this beer. So let me do what I usually do. We're going to go to beeradvocate.com and Drain the Swamp, Bearhead's Brewery. It's got a score of 93, which is outstanding. Fortunately, it doesn't have much information. Not a lot of people are, are rating on here, it would seem. Let's go to Untapped. It's a double or imperial, double New England / hazy. That's what we're expecting. Look at that. Pretty cool. With a 4 point. Oh, I realize that you guys can't even see my screen. I'm sorry. But that's the Beer Advocate. Like I said before, not much information on Untapped.com. You can see here they don't post the IBUs, which is very strange, right? I mean, they call it an imperial, they call it a double IPA, but they're not posting the IBUs. I decided to do a little bit more Googling, and I actually found this interesting. If you look here, suggested serving temperature between 50 to 55 degrees. Well, let's see what the temperature is currently of the beer with my trusty voltage tester. And right now it's at exactly 55.2 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're literally at the high end of this. Yeah, this is an interesting site. And another site here that I the only reason why I'm showing this site by beermenus.com is I think I had a guest come into the bar one day and ask me how many calories was the beer. I'm like, are you serious right now? Are you serious? I obviously I told him I honestly don't know. But for those of you who are curious, this is probably the first and the last time I'm going to do this, unless it is actually stated, okay? If it's easy to find, I'll post it. If not, then it is what it is. But this beer is apparently 290 calories. All right. There you go for you health-conscious people out there. But enough about that. Since that's all the information I could find on this beer, still pretty cool can design, lots and lots of detail. Let's just get into the tasting. Oh, uh-oh. The beer exploded on me a little bit. Oh, wow. But very, very aromatic. Just as soon as I pop the can open, you can just, bam, hit in the face with the hops. Of course, for this tasting, once again, we'll be using my wine glass, which is exactly 14 ounces. Very similar to my old St. Joseph's Brewery beer glass. Let's, if I can lift this up here. Oh. Look at that. Look at that. That's absolutely gorgeous. Wow. You saw the pour, and just look how, despite me pouring it straight up, well, obviously I tilted it first, but after that, despite me pouring it straight up, the head did not rise that fast. But even despite that, the head is absolutely, I don't want to say it's fluffy. It is very bubbly, lots of big bubbles. And the head does seem to, it's maintaining, but it's deflating very slowly. Very slowly, but it's still a beautiful head nonetheless. Okay, as you can see there, it is very cloudy, almost straw-like. If I saw this, I probably would think this was a glass of pineapple juice. Yeah. But not transparent at all. It is completely obscure, if that's the right word. But yeah, not transparent at all. I can't even see my hand on the other side of the glass. But you do get a little bit of pine, a little bit of citrus, but it's very soft. And I don't want to say I smell pineapple, because I feel that because that's what I'm thinking about, just due to the appearance. Like I'm almost telling myself that that's what I'm smelling, even though I may not be smelling that. Wow. I want to say maybe orange. Wow. Wow. I want to say there was like maybe a little bit of resin in there, but it's very, as I said, it's a very soft mouthfeel, except, here's the thing, right? So when I had it in my mouth, there was a little bit of carbonation there. Like I can feel it just, sizzling the sides of my mouth. Oh, wow. It actually left my mouth is literally watery right now. Well, that's good. That is good. But yeah, I want to say I'm definitely getting maybe a note of grapefruit. I think that's what I'm getting here. I'm definitely getting notes of grapefruit and orange citrus from this one. Yeah, that's very good. Wow. So I actually recently took a level 1 beer class from, what is it called, Beer MBA, which is a Masters of Beer Appreciation, through Sun King. Excuse me. And I learned some new techniques about tasting, which, if you guys have never done a beer tasting or taken a beer class, I highly recommend it. Yeah, I want to say, like I said, there's bitterness there, but it's very soft. I want to say it's almost sweet a little bit. I don't want to say, obviously not salty, but it is making my mouth just salivate. Wow, my mouth is literally just watering. Wow, this is an absolute great beer here at 8%. Ooh, that might be dangerous, really. I don't know if it would be recommended to have a liter of that, but I would certainly definitely have a liter of this, although that may not be a good decision. But I think that's pretty much it for this. Just look at that. I mean, it pours as if you know, it's pineapple juice or just very, very light orange juice. And, you know, still just absolute great head retention there. Okay. And yeah, what a great beer. So this is Klaudless and Indy covering Drain the Swamp Double IPA by Bare Hands Brewery in Granger, Indiana. And if you like this review, or yeah, if you like this review, go out and get yourself one. I got this can from Total Wine in Nora, which is in northern Indiana. I think 86th Street, 82nd or 86th Street. I think it's 86th Street. Yeah, it was very reasonable. Or if you were, you know, drinking this beer alongside me while watching this video and you got different tasting notes, you know, make sure to put that down in the description. But if all else, you know, like, subscribe, you know, there's different ways to support this channel if you like what I'm doing. And I think that's about it, you know. So with that being said, cheers, slancha, salud, na zdrovia, and prost, and peace out. So, quick edit, you guys. So I was just sitting in the living room finishing that Drain the Swamp double IPA, and told my wife to try this beer, and she noticed that there was some stuff at the bottom of the glass. And, you know, so I decided to, you know, pour out the beer into another glass, leaving Old in the Settlement. And this is what look at that. Look at that. Wow. Now, apparently this is actually normal, although this is the first time I've had sediment at the bottom of my beer, but I guess for hazy IPAs, that's normal. But tell me what you guys think in the comments if you've ever had a beer that was like that. You know, was it a good beer? You know, is that normal for it to be in a can? Is it more normal for it to be on draft? You know, for it to happen on draft? I don't know. So just let me know in the comments what you guys think. Yeah.